Hi everyone, thank you for taking out time of your busy schedules to attend editor of Warranty Week. Achyut, industry leader for marketing and automotive industries at Salesforce.com, and myself, Rohit Lohan, product manager for warranty solutions at Tavant. We will be monitoring chat session for any questions. Please feel free to type in your questions in the chat box, and we will go over the questions in the end. Now I will hand over the webinar to Eric. Eric, over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rohit. My name is Eric Arnhem. I'm the editor of Warranty Week, and thank you all for coming to the webinar today. I'm going to take about 10 minutes to sort of set the table for what the others are going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the amount of spending going on in the United States now on appliances and home warranties, all the protection programs that go into major appliances and homes, both new homes and existing homes. There are, I guess, 4 different types of protection programs, and they add up to a tremendous amount of money. $5.7 billion in total was spent on these programs last year. Let's go to the next slide, if we can. Here's 2 of them. 2 of the 4 types. These are covering the major appliances. You have both product warranties coming from the manufacturers, and you have extended warranties coming from the retailers. Now, my estimate for 2015 for both major appliances and HVAC systems is about $1.761 billion spent by the manufacturers on their product warranties. Meanwhile, consumers, again, United States only, consumers have spent roughly $1.48 billion on extended warranties that they purchase from the retailers and dealers and distributors and what have you for their appliances and HVAC systems. Next slide, please. This gives you an idea of the tremendous amount of money going through this system. As I said, 2015 was around $1.7 billion. That's up just very, very slightly from 2014. It's up only $7 million, which hardly registers on this scale. And what you see is that back in 2009, 2010, 2011, spending was closer to $2 billion. What this tells you is that the appliances themselves are getting a little bit more reliable. They're breaking down less frequently, and they're costing less to fix. Also, you know, to some extent, sales of the appliances themselves haven't really changed much. Let's go to the next slide. What you see here is steady growth, except for 1 year. I think from 2011 to 2012 there was a slight downturn. But this is the service contracts, the extended warranties bought by consumers from the retailers. It was up about $13 million last year to a total of $1.477 billion. Back in 2009, it was only just slightly above $1 billion. Let's go to the next slide, please. Basically, the manufacturers, what they're doing is they're using the accrual method to pay for their warranty expenses. First, they put the money aside as an accrual, and then they eventually spend it on warranty claims. I measure both, and this data comes from the financial statements of the manufacturers themselves. In 2015, they averaged about 1.1% of their revenue was being spent on warranty claims, and about 1.3% of their revenue was turning out to be warranty accruals. Now, the difference between them is that with warranty claims, you're paying a little bit of last year's sales, you're maybe 2 years, 3 years ago. With warranty accruals, you're paying into the future. So It would be unusual if these were both at the same rate, but usually they're very close together. Let's go to the next slide. I'll show you two manufacturers to begin with here. Whirlpool, what 3% of their revenue on warranty expenses. This is, of course, the manufacturer's product warranty expenses, except for a couple of spikes in 2007, again in 2010, and now in 2015. This is brand new information. Looks like their warranty accruals are soaring once again in the third quarter of 2015. But what you see is that in general the trend is downward. Back from 2003 to 2010, they were spending roughly 3%. That declined to roughly 2% in recent years. And then you see Electrolux. They're a Swedish manufacturer. I can't explain why their warranty expense rates are so much lower, but you see that they're spending roughly 1%, even 0.8% of their revenue on warranty in some cases. But they only provide their data once a year in their annual report, which is why it looks like a staircase rather than Whirlpool, which is providing quarterly data. Next slide, please. Two more manufacturers. Jarden is more of a small appliance, kitchen appliance. They have Sunbeam, Coleman, Mr. Coffee, and dozens of other brands of sort of kitchen appliances, small bathroom appliances. While Electrolux and Whirlpool are more of the big items, the refrigerators and things like that. Jarden is more of the small personal items. And A.O. Smith, they make water heaters and fans, so they're more of a commercial manufacturer. But you see again the 2 or 3% seems to be in effect here. Next slide, please. Here's the other two types. I mentioned that there were 4 types of protection plans. You have the appliances getting the manufacturer's warranty, getting the extended warranties, and now the homes are getting both new homes and existing homes. The new homes get what we call it builder's warranties, and the existing homes get the home warranties. In 2015, I'm estimating that the new home builders are spending about $461 million, and the consumers are spending about $2 billion on home warranties. Next slide, please. Here you see the new home. This is the new home builders. This was up sharply last year, 20%. That's because new home sales were up sharply last year. Although this looks like it's up dramatically, in 2005, 6, 7, it was much, much higher. I'm only showing the past 7 years here, but the trend is although it's on an upswing now, it was much higher back then. Back in 2009, it was only 376 million. 2012, at the bottom of the recession, it was only $299 million. Now this is for the structure of the home. This is for the walls, the roof, the windows, things like that. This is for the major defects, structural defects, things like that. Let's go to the next slide. These are the home warranties sold for existing homes. They're bought by the consumers, mainly the sellers of homes, to help them sell the home, and sold by a variety of third-party companies. One of the market leaders is American Home Shield. They do Terminix, and they have a lawn care and things like that. Another one is First American, which is a title insurance company. And another market leader is Old Republic. They sell commercial insurance, things like that, workers' compensation, what have you. Now in 2015, I'm expecting once all the numbers do finally come in about a month or so, that we'll have pierced the $2 billion mark for the first time ever. Back in 2009, it was a little bit over $1.5 billion, and there's been growth ever since, except for maybe a down year in 2013. So these are the four types. Let's go to the next slide. I'll spell it out for you. These are the four ways to protect major appliances and heating and cooling systems and things like that in a home. You have the manufacturer's product warranty. It's mainly break fix. You're lucky. It really depends on the product registration, because without that product registration, the manufacturer doesn't know who the customer is until and unless there is a failure. So there's really no contact between the manufacturer and the customer. The extended warranties that you buy at places like Sears or Home Depot or Lowe's or places like that, again, like the manufacturer's warranty, they cover one component at a time, and there's no contact, again, between the retailer and the customer unless there's a problem. The new home builder warranty, I wish I had a better phrase for this, but this is the structural warranty for a new home. Mainly what the builder is doing is managing the pass-through to the subcontractors of the home, to the window manufacturer, to the roofing manufacturer, to the carpet manufacturer, what have you. And in the case of things like appliances, to the manufacturer of the refrigerator or of the washing machine. And then the fourth way is home warranty, which I would say is primarily a sales tool for help the sellers of existing homes reassure the buyer of that existing home that they're not buying what I guess we'll call a money pit. It covers multiple appliances at the same time, wherever or whenever they were bought. But the thing that these four ways to protect the home have in common is they're all about break fix. If it's not broken, they don't know who you are. Let's go to the next slide. This kind of sums it up. There's a lot of money changing hands here. As I mentioned at the outset, $5.7 billion in 2015. That's up from $5.4 billion in 2014. And finally, the next slide. Something's changing, and that's why we're here today, to talk to you in this webinar. Because of the internet, because of Wi-Fi, because of the ability to build an operating system into some of these appliances and HVAC systems, the customer is going to be connected from the time that they plug the appliance in. Right at startup, the product is going to connect to the internet and to the manufacturer, the retailer, or to the third party, and establish a relationship, and perhaps even establish some sort of monitoring or preventive maintenance programs. We're talking about the Internet of Things, but rather than talking about the future, we're talking about the present. We're talking about consumers being able to turn on or turn off their appliances remotely, perhaps while they're at work, starting dinner or something like that, by turning on the stove, or taking something out of the freezer, or whatever they have to do. But the remote control also extends to the manufacturers, and there's monitoring possible, maybe cleaning, preventative maintenance again, and of course sales of consumables. If you have that relationship, you have the ability to sell whatever the consumables might be for the appropriate product. So what I see coming is a situation where the manufacturers who made the product, the retailers who sold the product, and the third parties, the insurance companies and the administrators, are competing for links to the consumers. So let's hand over to Rohit, who's going to talk to you a little bit more about this.
Thank you, Eric, for the overview. So as Eric was explaining previously, so things are becoming more and more connected, and today we wanted to focus on connected products inside our home. So when we look at connected homes, we are primarily looking at products that are being used for security and safety. products being used to manage utilities, either by the homeowner or by the utility company themselves. Products that we are using today for wellness monitoring, for keeping tab of our health. We are gaining more and more smart appliances in our homes, and then connected entertainment devices, which is, I think, one of the most popular ones nowadays. So now, when we look at all these devices, what we are getting from these devices, wider, we are going to get a lot of data back from these devices. We are also creating new customer touch points that we did not have before. Now, through touch screens and embedded controls, which are there in appliances, which were not there 5 or 10 years ago, you have one more touch point that can be used to improve the customer experience. And also, we are moving towards an ecosystem. So earlier, let's say an appliance manufacturer will make an appliance, he will work with the suppliers and have the appliance out there. But now that ecosystem is changing. Now the ecosystem is more moving towards technology partners, application developers, and service companies who are monitoring and managing these devices. So what does that mean from a warranty or a customer service perspective? So it is opening up a number of opportunities for both the manufacturers as well as the home warranty companies. So as Eric was mentioning earlier, we are looking at roughly $5.7 billion in cash flow around warranty and service contracts. Now that's a very big area that can be targeted, and we can look at reducing warranty spend in a number of ways. A second one, with the improved touch point, with more information about how products are being used, we can definitely improve the service that we provide to our customers. And third one, with the feasibility of technical solutions that we have today, there is a big area of improvement where customer service warranty teams can participate in the redesigning of products to improve the aftermarket interaction and experience that we are having with our customers. And all these together, while saving money for the company, will also lead to better customer experience, engagement, and increase in brand loyalty. Now let's look at the first one. So when we say lower warranty expense, so there are a number of ways in which the data and the connected devices that generate a tremendous amount of data can help us. So the first one that we are looking at is, it will definitely help us in improving the tracking of warranty on a particular equipment, a particular appliance. So we can do auto registration of the warranty as soon as an appliance is started. Better data will help us in better claim adjudication. So we can better enforce our warranty terms based on the data, based on the failures being reported by these connected devices. We can definitely look at lowering our warranty operation cost by automating claim processing with more data being provided by these connected devices. And this also, helps in improving channel satisfaction, because now we don't have to go back to our service channel to ask for a lot more information. We can try to get all that data directly from the device and automatically make a decision on whether to approve the claim or deny the claim. Similarly, the data about the customer history, repair history, how the product is being used will also help us in implementing stronger fraud detection programs. So all these things will definitely help in reducing the warranty expense. Now we can also reduce warranty expense by optimizing our service offering and our service operation. So for example, with a touch screen that is there on the appliance, we can implement a self-diagnostic and repair solution that can be used by our customers to diagnose the problem. We can also have a remote diagnostic capability built in that will help the service team directly from your technical support center to look at the product and help the customer with the problem. It can also lead to substantial reduction in field service dispatch cost. And with connected devices and continuous prompts back to the customer, we can increase the preventive maintenance being done on the equipment or on the appliances, which will lead to less breakdowns and overall less number of warranty claims down the line. A few other things that are the indirect benefit for an OEM are major efficiency gains in spare parts inventory control. So now you can better forecast and better plan your spare parts. It will also lead to reduction in number of parts required back by OEMs to process and failed components will be available to connected devices. So that will lead to less and less parts being required back by the OEMs. So that will lead to a substantial cost reduction from a warranty program perspective. Now, when we think of customer service and how customer service will improve with more and more connected devices being available, so first and foremost, you can analyze the data that is coming back. You can understand how products are being used by the customers and use that to better structure your program. Second one, we can auto-initiate maintenance orders by spotting abnormalities in the way product is operating. We can automatically create service repair orders based on the error codes being thrown by the appliance. We can also look at automatically reordering consumables that Eric talked about earlier. And some of this is already being done by a few players in the industry. We can start educating our customers about end of life for that appliance. So for example, if we can monitor like for how many hours a particular appliance has been used by the customer, and we know what is the expected life out of an appliance, we can start targeting that customer, explaining them that, okay, your appliance is coming to an end, and then we can either cross-sell, upsell, give them discounts to get out of that unit and buy a new unit. And that will also help in improving the customer service, and customers will also to some extent appreciate the promptness that the OEMs will show by informing them that, hey, your unit is going to end pretty soon. We can also use these smart modules to notify customers directly about recalls or any other service campaigns that an OEM is running directly onto the product itself. And right now, one of the biggest challenges that many OEMs run into is, who is my current customer? How do I reach out to them about a recall? So this will definitely be a big benefit where you can directly reach out to the customer on the unit itself and inform them about the product recall. Now, when we talk about redesigning products and getting the input from aftermarket, warranty and customer service into the product redesign, we can look at it in broadly two categories. One is redesign of the actual product, and the second one is redesigning the service products that we offer to our customers. So now, keeping in mind the potential that we have through a connected device, we should look at the product design and try to build in components that help customers resolve issues by themselves, built in FAQs, self and remote diagnostic capabilities directly into the product, so that will help in improving the solution. We should also, and again, this is one of the challenges that the industry will be facing soon, is that right now, you buy an appliance and you are using it for 5 years, 10 years, depending upon the product. But now, as you will have more and more software components as part of your product, so as a customer service team, as a warranty team, we also need to plan for software platform updates that normally happen on annual basis, and how we should be handling it from a support perspective. So we should definitely, keep those considerations when we are designing the actual product. So when we look at, service products, so one of the things is as the industry structure is changing, we need to look at redesigning our extended warranty and standard warranty programs accordingly. So for example, now many service providers in the industry are offering product as a service. So that's a new business model. And we don't know how those products are actually being used, what will happen to those products once they are off the service contract and they go to the new home and so on. So we need to keep the changing reality in mind and redesign our extended warranty and standard warranty programs accordingly. Now, with the connected devices, we have an option to monitor the usage and provide more custom and personalized service products to our customers. We can definitely adapt our traditional warranty plans based on how products are being used, what kind of services the customer is purchasing. There is an increasing need to collaborate with the service providers. So according to one of the research articles from McKinsey, 40% of connected devices are purchased by homeowners through one of the service companies. And they are not even aware of the brand of the connected device that they have in their home. So either they work with ADT, they work with any other security company or any other utilities monitoring company to buy these products. So that creates another challenge where the OEMs need to collaborate very closely with these service providers and come up with warranty and extended warranty offerings to support this new market that is emerging. And the last one is, as you are aware of the usage and how product will be used, you can definitely put more type of warranty offers out there and provide a better custom pricing from one customer to another customer. So one thing that Eric talked about earlier was that more and more people are buying a home warranty management program. So as our homes become more smart, as we have more and more connected devices in our house, so industry is going to gradually shift from home warranty to home management. And again, this is our belief that the home warranty providers should look at offering more complementary services like regular inspections, appliance monitoring, programs to monitor the utilization of appliances and so on. They should also provide a broader range of product offerings, not just current 2 or 3 warranty programs that you can buy from most of the home warranty providers. And there are players who are working on that home management concept today. And if you look at all the major IT players such as IBM, Apple, Microsoft, Intel, they are working in the area. They're coming up with the kits that can be used by third-party companies to develop applications which will make home management remotely a reality. We are seeing some of it today, and it is increasing day by day as we speak. Another area that home warranty providers can focus on is to see how they can leverage their assets today to lower their warranty spend. So for example, many of the home warranty providers have a very good relationship with technicians in the area, and they are setting up their own certification programs which are making these technicians to go get certified on the latest equipment and so on. But every home warranty provider does not have a big service network available. So definitely there is an opportunity for a home warranty provider to either collaborate with another players and share their service network. They can also be the service arm for a smaller or a mid-sized manufacturer. And as you are installing more replacement parts when you're doing a repair, so you can definitely look at starting your own supplier recovery operations, especially for the replacement parts being installed and serviced by a home warranty provider. So again, these are some of the things that can be done from a home warranty perspective to make home warranty players more competitive as things change, as OEMs, service providers, home warranty, everybody fights for the servicing dollar from a customer. So we talked about the opportunity that is there, but now there are a number of challenges that are still there in the market that needs to be taken into account when we are working on our strategy. The first one is technical training. So the new products are much more complex than what it used to be. So we need to make sure that the technicians are trained and they are ready to handle the new products that are coming out. There is going to be an increasing information disparity between different players in the service channel. So either the OEMs will have access to a lot more data through these connected devices, or the service company who is installing a third-party component and monitoring your appliance will have a lot more data that OEM will not have. So, and again, different players can leverage the advantage that they get from this information disparity in their own way. So there is a need for players to collaborate and share this data. As I was saying earlier, there are new business models being pursued by different players in the industry. So we need to understand in terms of our perspective what it means from a warranty and a customer service point of view, and make sure that our programs are aligned along with those challenges. Now, one component that is increasing is software in your products. And we need to make sure that our technical support team is capable of diagnosing those software issues and provide the same consistent level of service to our customers. Another thing that people are battling with in the industry is lack of standards. So right now, what is happening is most of the players are trying to come up with their own hardware, their own software kits. And then now you have Apple coming up with its own kit, you have IBM working on its own thing, then you have Intel, it's with its own thing, and then there is a host of other startups who are coming up with kits that can be used to connect devices and make home management a reality. So as an OEM, as a warranty and a customer service team, we need to understand what all standards are being put in our product, how those are going to change as we look forward, and be prepared to move from one to another, and so on. Data security is obviously a major challenge that most of the people are facing today. And as you get more and more customer data in your hands, you are accountable for securing it and making sure that it doesn't get into the hands of hackers who might either hack the product or hack your own data systems. So that's a key challenge that will become even greater as you start collecting more and more data about your customers. There are changes in regulation which is happening in different markets. So the regulations to monitor connected devices in US, in Europe, and in many parts of the Asia are changing. So we need to make sure that whatever we are doing, we are in line with the market. And another thing is that the customers will be more informed. So to give you an example, let's say if you are using a third-party software kit to provide a connected module on your appliance, the chances are that there will be forums, there will be technical forums online where different people are posting applications to extend the use of your appliance, provide more data into the hands of the customer. So how do you handle that scenario? So for example, if a customer installs a third-party application on the same hardware that is there on the appliance, how does that impact the warranty of the product? So these are again some of the challenges that might lead to inconsistent service, and higher cost for the warranty operation, and it actually might make you out of sync with what is going on in the market. So these are some of the challenges that we should look at addressing as we move forward. So now, when we think of these challenges, there's a new mindset that is required in the customer service and warranty operation to overcome these challenges. We need to completely rethink service as the industry boundaries are blurring. Manufacturers are not only making a product, they are offering more and more services to the customer. So we need to line up along with that. We need to leverage some of other fads from marketing and other development areas, even in the warranty and customer service space. So for example, can we look at leveraging product communities to provide technical support? Can we use product communities to keep tab of third-party applications being used by our customers on the hardware that we are providing them? We should look at leveraging open system innovation channels. So if you as a company don't have the bandwidth or the resources to create an application for a particular use, even though the hardware is available on the appliance, you can leverage crowdsourcing and approaches like that to get more applications which enhance the use of your appliance. So again, a few more examples as I was speaking, right? So for technical training and support, definitely we can leverage power of communities to create multi-tier support networks. The first level can be a customer community where customers help each other. As industry structure changes, we do need to adjust our service. Social communities, I think, is going to be a big tool in the hands of an OEM to address the information disparity that might exist between different people in the service channel. There is an increasing need to establish clear guidelines, policies, and access controls regarding the data that we are collecting back from the customer. And as an OEM, we have to be very careful in selecting a partner or a particular technology stack that works the best for the appliance or the product that we are making. And again, these are not going to solve the challenges, but these are some of the things that we should start thinking of right away as we get into the space of connected devices. So just to summarize, there is a great opportunity both for OEMs, home warranty providers, to reduce their spend, to improve the customer experience. Now, as we move forward, the buyer power of customers will increase. Customers will have access to more and more data. So we really need to think, how should we structure our customer engagement? And careful planning is needed to address the challenges that we talked about. So I will hand it over to Achyut now, who will walk us through Salesforce.com approach and a relevant case study showcasing how connected devices have been used to improve customer experience.
Great. Thank you, Rohit. Thanks for that summary and very good presentation. Thanks, Eric. So if you move to the next slide, I think one of the things that was being discussed by both Eric and Rohit is very clear, that the manufacturers have to change based on the demands that are being put on them. There are going to be more connected consumers, more connected products, more data that is being generated, right? And this is going to demand that the manufacturers now start thinking about engaging beyond the product, what is going on with the product and beyond it. So move to the next slide. In addition to that, manufacturers are seeing that there's a lot of competition. As they're developing new products and capabilities, they're looking at further new ways to differentiate. And many of them are looking at these differentiations from the perspective of services, as was being discussed earlier. New types of services, new types of software that they want to put on these equipment, whether it's home equipment or connected equipment. And the reason that they want to do is to really drive this one-to-one smart and real-time engagement model, so that manufacturers can meet and exceed customers' expectations. Let's move to the next slide. So if we believe that that's where manufacturers are headed, there is a new way in which they have to engage with the customers. First of all, they have to reimagine how they engage with customers around their sales, service, and marketing processes. Second is, how do they collaborate with their ecosystem, whether it's the ecosystem of providers from a dealer to a service provider to a supplier who really works together with the manufacturers. Aligning that whole ecosystem is becoming important. And as you onboard new ecosystem providers, whether they are software developers or app providers or even embedded software developers, how do you align them to what your new requirements are for products and services? That is becoming important. And then the last thing is, how do you reimagine innovation? Because innovation is not just about the hardware side of capabilities that you're developing, but also these new software and services capabilities that you're developing based on the insights that you're generating through this connectivity paradigm that we have been discussing. So manufacturers have to rethink all of these different levels at which they have to reimagine engagement. And for that to happen, traditional ways of doing things, which were basically built on systems that were developed on what we call the systems of records, the back office systems like ERPs or and such legacy systems, are not the ones that are ready for this new wave of engagement. And we believe a new set of systems of engagement are required for manufacturers to put in place, which are inherently agile, quick to develop, mobile immediately, social immediately. Given that the connectivity paradigm is inherently internet-based or cloud-based, the systems of engagement also have to be cloud-based and quick to deploy. So move to the next slide. So this is where we believe the Salesforce platform comes into place. This is a platform which has tremendous amount of capabilities for all of the different processes that we talked about, the front office processes, and also with the recent launch of our IoT cloud allows you to prepare to integrate back into these connected product paradigm or the connected home paradigm. Go to the next slide. And given that the way we have developed this platform, it allows you to very quickly integrate not only to your old legacy IT systems, but also to emerging IT systems built in the cloud or within your on-premise systems, and also to your end products that are connected in the field, and allows you to deliver a compelling engagement model which allows you to get closer to the customer. Move to the next slide. And the way we do that is through what we call different industry-specific solutions, whether it's for your sales process, service process, or for your alignment processes, and also for your connected products processes. But I think for our discussion today, if you move to the next slide, we're going to focus primarily on kind of managing your service to execution process, because what IoT is doing is really taking you from this kind of transactional break-fix type of a process to more of an outcome optimized assets and operations-based processes. So as you are migrating towards this maturity model, you need to have a platform which not only helps you manage your existing processes of break-fix transactional, but also allows you to grow into this emerging market of connected homes, which allows you to interact with the overall value chain ecosystem to deliver on that customer engagement. If we move to the next slide. So this platform has to enable what we call that one-to-one personalized service, so that a customer can be serviced any which way that is possible with that 360-degree view of the customer, the entitlements that they have, the contracts that they have, the warranties that they have, and should be mobile, should have communities, ability to do any type of service anywhere, right? Omni-channel, no matter where, and then have the ability to deliver that service faster. So the bottom line is the expectations of the consumers are changing. Customers are not always calling into your call centers or coming into your third-party repair centers. They are expecting answers to be available ubiquitously, whether online, on mobile devices, or when a field service rep comes in to fix the problem, they expect them to fix the problem first time and deliver on the promise of that ultimate customer experience. Move to the next slide. So this requires a very different type of a paradigm, which Salesforce has been thinking about and has been developing over a period of time, which allows you to take this platform, which not only allows customer to do self-service, but also have call center interactions, the third-party field technician or mobile field technician capabilities, all built on one platform so that you can deliver end-to-end capabilities all the way from contract and install-based management to your warranty management processes. Next slide. And we have tremendous amount of deep capabilities that we offer for a manufacturer to drive this type of a business process. I've just listed a few of those feature function capabilities that are available on top of our platform, and also based on some of the work that we are doing with Tavant here around the warranty management space. So one of the things that we have done at Salesforce very well is, in addition to our platform and our capabilities around that we offer from a service cloud and our platform capabilities, we have also partnered very closely with players like Tavant, who have extreme domain expertise in the warranty space, and they have built their warranty management application on top of our platform so that you as a manufacturer get this complete seamless experience all the way from contract execution to service performance. So you can run complete service operations of your business on the Salesforce platform. Go to the next slide. So I'm just going to very quickly share an example of what one of our customers is doing with Salesforce, who sells HVAC systems into both consumer markets and also into the commercial market. And they had come to us with the problems that were discussed earlier by Rohit and Eric, right? Which is, now that our products are going to be connected, how can we drive a differentiated experience? How can we drive a more proactive experience of fixing the problems? How can we drive new revenue models from a consumables perspective? How can we drive a new set of kind of an ecosystem model based on all of this information that we are gathering with these connected HVAC systems and other pieces? So they came to us. It's a large organization, Emerson. Most of you must be familiar with them. $25 billion in revenue, 120,000 employees globally. Very, very solid use case of how to connect their equipment back into kind of the Salesforce platform. So if you move to the next slide. This is a good pictorial of essentially what they're doing. What they're doing is leveraging the home-based existing Wi-Fi network that a customer has who signs up, and then they literally trigger information from that particular, as they're collecting the data from the systems there, based on the algorithms that they take that information, trigger action with the Salesforce platform. These actions could be relevant information, such as sending an alert to a homeowner saying that, hey, you might want to rearrange your filter, or your filter is not up to the snuff, or your installation had some problems. Whatever it is that can proactively help the consumer out, that's the type of conversation that they are having with the consumer, so that they can really manage that consumer experience in a very different way. In addition to that, as they provide all of these services, whether it's fixing the problem, installation services, whatever they are, through a contractor, they're sharing similar information with the contractor, so that when the contractor comes into the home for fixing a problem or for doing whatever installation service, they have complete 360 view into what the customer has bought, what their contract means has in place, so that they can deliver that one-time service experience to delight that customer. So essentially, they're managing all of their service operations based on this customer-centric model. So if you move to the next slide. So this is pretty much the reason they chose Salesforce was because of this cloud-based capability. But more importantly, one of the things at Salesforce we have done a very good job of is looking at all the channels of interactions, right? Not just the customer interaction or the equipment interaction, social media interaction, call data, your interaction on the mobile phone with the information that you have, all of that. We are constantly monitoring all of this data. And what Emerson is doing is taking all of that data and leveraging our new IoT capability to really parse that information and see how they can react to that in a very, very proactive and predictive way for customer, so that the customer has a very good experience buying and using the Emerson product, right? So this is a very interesting way in which they're looking at the marketplace. This is they're moving away from not just being a vendor of a product to becoming a more of an engagement provider to the end consumer, so that they can be in the top of the mind of the consumer as their HVAC system is being used inside of their homes, and they can continue to help the consumer get the most value out of that particular equipment that they have bought. So again, the platform has allowed them to really build this out very quickly in a matter of months rather than years. And as you all know, in the manufacturing space, putting something that is a blueprint or a business case and making it actionable from a technology perspective is not the easiest. And one of the things that we are proud of working with Emerson is that we took them from putting the blueprint to an executable kind of actionable platform within a matter of months and not years. So with that, I'm going to hand it over back to Rohit so that we can wrap up the conversation.
Thank you, Achyut. So as we were looking at, right, so we have to engage customers in different ways. And one of the things, as Achyut mentioned, that we have done recently is we have launched that allow us to do is to provide a 360 view of the customer back to our customers. So as an OEM, you get a 360 view of the customer that allows you to better serve and manage the customer experience. So if you know from cradle to grave the full story of an equipment or a unit that a customer has, you can then increase your touch points appropriately. You can offer solutions and services to your customers accordingly. So with that, I'm just going to close the webinar. Thank you for attending the webinar. Now we will go through the questions that have been posted on the webinar. So the first question that I have is regarding what Achyut was talking about. So Achyut, the question is, do you have any information in terms of the adoption of social tools such as chatters by manufacturers to interact with the direct customers or their service channel on Salesforce based on what you are seeing in the industry?
Yes, Rohit, very relevant, very important question. We are definitely seeing the use of the tools, social tools like collaboration tools like Chatter, which are inherent within the Salesforce platform, and not only for kind of internal processes, right? Internal employees who use our Service Cloud or Sales Cloud capabilities, they definitely use that, but for collaboration around case or fixing or answering a customer's request, right? But beyond that, what we are seeing is the extension of that into our communities platform for customer or partners or dealers is becoming very prevalent, because more and more interactions are not discrete. They are much more collaborative. So what it requires is more of an open collaboration between the different players. So we are definitely seeing a lot of early adopters in the manufacturing space pick that up and create communities and collaboration environments on the Salesforce platform.
Thank you, Achyut. So the next question I have is from one of the participants is, so in the absence of smart modules, so there are people who don't have smart appliances available in their product line right now. So what can be done to reduce fraudulent claims? So I would like to answer that one. So what we have done is that we have created a solution, and there are other solutions available in the market as well, that look at your claim history, that look at your service order history, that looks at your aftermarket part history, and there are a number of statistical models and algorithms that can be used and applied on top of this data that you are currently collecting, even without connected devices, to come up with a score or some sort of an indicator on each claim, what is the potential of this claim being a fraudulent claim, and then use that to structure your warranty operations, whether you want to reject it or do you want to do more audit for that particular service provider or for that particular claim. So definitely there are solutions available that look at the history and help you out in identifying fraudulent claims. So we don't have any more questions. Thank you everyone for joining the session. We will be posting it out on our website. Please feel free to get in touch with any one of us to get more information about the topics that we covered today. Thank you everyone.